learning will never let you down. Simple.
What I learned is of pretty much no use in the first year of college only. I realized that.
Sorry if I'm using that word. You no longer have that excuse that things are too far away. I can't travel 10 kilometers to a classroom and sit there for 2 hours and get things done. So that excuse is out of the window.
Let me first actually formally introduce myself, and then we would love to know a little bit more about
No
you.
problem.
So, as you know, I am the founder of Career Ninja and LearnTube, and I started this journey back in 2017 with a blog to help people sort of discover their careers, their passion, get more exposed to things. And we rolled out the Career Ninja platform in 2020, and then finally rolled out LearnTube last year. So that's been the journey there. Was obviously always inspired by having a poor learning experience myself in college, and I went to VJTI at top Maharashtra, and what I learned is of pretty much no use in the first year of college only. I realized that, and
how much did that pain? Sorry, how much did that pain?
Oh, that did pain, right? That's exactly why I built this. So that was good pain. It led to something. So yeah, this Career Ninja, LearnTube, they're all inspired by the annoyance of spending 4 years trying to get into a good engineering college just to realize that the college is yet 40 years behind reality. Yeah. So now, would love to know a little bit more about you. You mentioned you've been in marketing throughout. So, what's been the journey
right through? Yes, sure. I mean, happy to share. So, career-wise, of course, started well into the 2011s of 2010-11. Dabbled into a little bit of, started my career, and if I can say that, started my career into inside sales specific to certain regions in North America, very focused on services around engineering, R&D, etc. Moved into content marketing from a corporate marketing standpoint. I'll be very honest. So this was somewhere in 2014, to be honest. Started corporate marketing, then got into a marketing analyst sort of role, and these were those years when social media was still at a very nascent stage. So, and plus a lot of this content generation per se, which we say, these terms which we use very loosely these days, wasn't really something which was a big deal those days.
Yeah.
So dabbled into that, sort of enjoyed doing so, and then from there on moved into. Once again, this is pre-COVID. This is a pre-COVID era. So so one marketer does almost everything. So he or she had to do digital marketing. He or she had to do event management. He or she had to also do a marketing operations sort of role. So we've come through that. Then, of course, during the pandemic, sort of focused more on digital marketing and upskill through courses, etc. Then got the organization that I was part of went through a merger and acquisition. So from a 10-15 member team, we were brought down to, or rather due to the merger and acquisition, we were down to 6 to 7 members. So that's half the team. Everyone was, of course, since it was pandemic, so everyone stuck at home, can't do events. So digital marketing was the focus.
So tell me, you obviously explored a bunch of platforms, done a bunch of courses.
Yes.
What was missing that you were looking for another platform, right? Or that you were open to trying out a platform like ours?
Good question. And I'll tell you how I've sort of evaluated platforms, and I might be absolutely wrong in the way I evaluate it, but this is how I do it. So the online skilling journey has not been something that I've been doing extensively over the past decade, 12 years. Okay. So I've always been someone who enjoyed classroom sort of learning. Even the programs that I've gone through, within the organization have always been through a tutor right in front of me, telling me concepts, etc. And I'll, I will not stop myself in saying that I wasn't a patron of digital learning, at least till 2019-20. I can be very
Okay.
honest about that because I wasn't too sure about it. But then, of course, like I said, we are forced into a lot of things because of the pandemic also. So that is
Mhm.
where I dabbled into it and sort of enjoyed because here's the deal. There are a lot of platforms around. A lot of them they promise the sky and they do not even deliver one layer above. So I have burned my fingers there. So that's one. Then I went by reputation. Then that's where you go into the Udemy's of the world, the upgrads of the world, and of course they do some extensive marketing. So you do fall for that sometimes. So that is there. And of course, I dabbled into Udemy, enjoyed that. A lot of the Udemy courses extensively well architected, great tutors, but the feedback mechanism isn't great for some
Okay.
reason. The feedback mechanism is something which falls short of expectations, and that's when I move into a
What do you mean by feedback mechanism?
feedback mechanism. When you want to interact with tutors or you have a issue in understanding, right? That feedback mechanism is a problem.
Got it. So you came across us on Instagram, and
Instagram, that is correct. That is correct.
then what
And
happened?
of course, and then I took it up, and I think for the first few instances, you give certificates at dirt cheap rates, if I'm not wrong. Sorry if I'm using that word. But then I sort of built up into taking a premium account, and that's where I got to know it's not just the surface of what do you say, technical. There are a lot of other topics that you can dabble into, and that's when I got into.
What makes you stick to learning online, learning with us, as compared to going back offline?
The ability to do something at the comfort of your home on your mobile phone is something interesting, maybe. I'd stop at that at the moment because I think it's a good point you make there because I haven't done a lot of classroom tutors or I haven't been tutored via a
Mhm.
classroom for at least 3 to 4 years. So maybe something I
Okay.
have to go back to. But yeah, I mean, if I were to give you the advantage of digital learning, of course, it's multi-channel access. That's one. Number two, the ability to learn anything on the go by the click of a button. Absolutely, that could be my tops at the moment.
Or what 2 or 3 things do you think you learned the best from us?
So I think I was able to go back to the basics of programming. Number one, of course, very focused on Java. Number two, I was able to learn, or rather, I haven't completed that yet, but uh, understanding Cordova design and web development. Yeah, pretty much the basics of computer engineering. Yeah, or rather, programming is something which I've been able to pick up extremely well. Yeah, and I think you recently added in something around ChatGPT, so that kudos to that because that is also something a lot of people have been talking about and piqued my interest. And thankfully, now I'm able to do some very decent prompts.
And so, how do you think these courses have helped you at work?
It makes you look smart at work. I can tell you that. Number one. Number two, it also helps you, like I said, in those conversations, especially when you speak to software developers and when we're selling solutions around software development to a customer. So you're able to pick up those terminologies and create blurbs, etc., for brochures extremely easily, if I can use that. So that's where it has been helping me right now. That's and also because you've done a course, and it's relatively fresh, so you're able to pick it up better.
So you're collecting certifications. You've collected a bunch of course certificates in the past also. How do you think they have helped you come where you are, right? Has it helped you get a better job? Has it helped you get better pay, or crack a better company?
Yes, yes,
What do you
yes.
think it helped you in the past?
Uh, makes you look smart is number one, of course, 100%. Number two, makes conversations worthwhile with people of who work in different disciplines. Number two, Number three, a lot of my past certifications and things which I've done 6 or 8 months ago have been good conversation points, especially when I take interviews. I have a small piece where I take interviews of people to join the team also.
Nice.
So that sort of learning also helps. And number four, if you're looking at it from a new job perspective, always good to have learning as well as a certificate to back that up. So that's a very long shot goal.
There are a lot of young learners, right? And that's why I'm asking you this. There are a lot of young learners on the platform who are either in college or in their first job, wanting to switch into something which they care about more, you
Correct.
and so on. So, and who are always, curious about how will this learning help me, right? That's so when they're watching this video, right? And if you had to put out a message to these people who are wondering how will this learning help me, how will this certificate help me, what would you say, either from your own journey or, as you said, you recruit people as well. So from, let's say, things you've seen in their profile.
So it's like this. If you stop learning today, you become a dinosaur tomorrow. So keep that learning curve upwards. Of course, you no longer have that excuse that things are too far away. I can't travel 10 kilometers to a classroom and sit there for 2 hours and get things done. So that excuse is out of the window. So 100% sure about that. And number three, I think anything new is, I think what's the harm, or rather, what is the harm in learning something new, especially when you have it on your mobile phone or on your laptop? I mean, as I speak to you, we are on laptops. So, what is the harm of learning something new and skilling yourself for the next year or so? Because anything these days, and rather, I've been speaking to a lot of my senior peers who used to say that in earlier times, if you're learning, your learning will have a shelf life of 15 to 20 years max. But now, if you're learning something, that shelf life is maybe 2 years, maybe 5, you never know, or sometimes even half a year. And that's what happened with the Oculus and whatever was happening last year in 2022. So, and this year we're talking about Gen AI and generative AI and all those things. So you just don't know the shelf life. So it's good to learn. It's good. I mean, and learning will never let you down. Simple.
How many courses a week are you doing, you said?
I'm doing at least 3 to 4 a week. Yeah, 3 to 4.
Nice. I think that's a great pace if you keep that going.
Yeah, so I hope I can, because I think when I started out on your platform, I was doing at least, I was doubling that, to be very honest. So I was doubling that, but yeah, now it's, no, I mean, some man's got to put food on his plate, so have to work also.
Fair. No, but if you keep doing 3 to 4 a week also, I think you'll be doubling as a person every year.
Yeah, sure. Yes, intellect wise, 100%.
So how, let's say, if we are to take this input in for ourselves as we improve our product and company, how would you hope that LearnTube helps you in the next 6 months or year?
And probably this is something which this is an outcome of my discussions with a lot of people. So I'd like to look into maybe a 3-month, 6-month course, which is extensive. So that's something which is definitely on my list. And I think a course or a course platform like yours will help keep the engine going, keep me warm on a regular basis, so that I never fall flat, or rather I just keep the momentum.
I think that's exciting. Yeah.
And of course, I've seen that you compile a lot of the best courses which are available on YouTube and other platforms as well. So that let me also give you a kudos there, that the ability to combine, or rather compile a lot of these courses is also something not everyone can do. So that's a good thing that I see your team doing.
Got it. Cool. Okay, awesome. That's it from my end, Abhishek. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link to our new product. Why don't you build a
Oh, wow.
course?
Thanks for that. Thank you.
And you can build a course on,
So how does this,
psychology.
sorry, if you can quickly run me through how does this work? If you had the liberty of doing so.
Sure, 1 second. I'm giving you the link and then
Okay, sure.
I'll show you. That's the link. What you do is so share my screen.
Sure.
So you can literally, type in a topic you want to learn, which is, let's say, psychology and marketing.
Okay.
Right. Select your knowledge level. Let's say your basic understanding. The system will generate some assessments to test you and understand what you know.
Correct.
Accordingly, it will analyze your knowledge and build you a customized course syllabus. Then,
Okay.
and then find the curate, as you said, right, the best content for that subject and give you a course. And once you start learning, we also have, like you would mention, right, Udemy, there's no two-way feedback and all of that.
Yes.
The learning also has an AI piece to it, where you can, let's say you were learning how to, do surveying using a total station, right? Completely different subject. You can put down your goals over here and then it'll give you key takeaways from each video, personalized to your goals, right?
Got
And it'll give you assessments that are generated to you. You'll get feedback to your assessments. If you have doubts, you can ask your doubts over here.
So-
It's a completely personalized learning experience for you to learn any topic.
All the very best and keep up whatever you guys have been doing. I think you
Thank
have
you.
the potential is huge. It's just about finding your niche. That's it.
No, talking to guys like you keeps us going.
Oh, thanks. Likewise here.
Great. See you.
See you, man. Take care. Thank you so much for this.